Hello, happy Tuesday, good morning. Hey, Uncle Scientist. Speaking of Diablo 2, yeah, I just put into Toggle Bits Discord that's a game that I want to try playing. I played that. I've completed it like 5 times, but only with the help of my friends back when, geez, how many years ago was that? That was over 10 years ago. We were playing at LAN parties a lot, but I never played it myself. I never like really like paid through the attention to the story. I do remember Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 being like really fun games. I just never really played them solo. So I want to do that, especially since like I own a copy of Diablo 3 and I never played it. And Diablo 4 is sounding like it's really good. So it's like, okay, I want to try to go through those. A lot of the old games that I haven't really done. Hey Stacking, you think we should use Wes Terminal just based on the guy's GitHub photo? It looks like Tommy Westway from The Room. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Um, but yeah, The Room. Oh God, that movie. Every time I think of The Room, I think, well, that sounds like a horror movie, and then I remember The Room, and I'm like, that that is a horror movie. Oh, Uncle. The only game you play is how to fix this lifetime issue. I'm pretty sure you can do that in Diablo. I think that like if you have to like you have to do something. It's part of like one of the glitches, and it will just solve your lifetime issues for you. All right. So, we've got things set up here. I did a tiny bit of work last night on this. Most of it was playing around with new terminals, so instead of actually doing anything for real. There's an awesome series of games called The Room, puzzle-based games that aren't frenetic kill fests. Yeah, my mom actually loves The Room games. I've got her a couple of them for various like gift events, so Christmas, birthdays, and yeah, she loves those type of puzzle games. Let's see. So, oh, I'm in here already. Let's go down to where was the last thing? I think now. Okay, so what did I do yesterday? So last night I created this create course GraphQL query here. So we have a mutation, and we can see like, okay, we're gonna put in a long description, short description, the tag ID, and the title, and then that will get us back this. Okay, then we go to, since this is the create one, and then there's database queries here. And so I added a new one at the bottom. Uncle Scientist, I don't know if you've seen it, but this is Helix that we're using instead of Neovam. Very similar. There's some differences with the keyboard shortcuts that are interesting. Something that is really nice that I was able to actually make use of yesterday, like for real for the first time, was the multi cursor, which is really nice. I like it. All right, so then I added this for the Create LMS course, and then we go to API courses. Oh, Zilby's here also. And then we have insert course. And so I was just remembering that I have to have a token taken in here because we only the role author is allowed to create the course, or at least that's what we need to set. We need to make it so that the author can do it. I think right now nobody can do it, so it's probably going to error out on us until we fix that. But okay, so we've got this. Sorry, Sylvie, was I loud? Let's see. Then we go to the create course page. You played with Helix a couple times, but your old fingers are too ingrained in V, I think. I've got. I'm still doing like KK for like quitting out of interactive mode a lot, and but like I can see it's not going to take too much time to figure this out. Bull First Dad, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so then we have this on submit, and this is where we have our error. So we have, let's see. On submit. Okay, so first thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to extract everything out of here. So we have the title. I'm trying to convert it into the string. If it's not a string, I want to submit a alert that it's, well, we need to submit an alert, right? So let's see. Maybe I want to kind of do this as validate. These are what are these? Let me undo this. So let's see how I do this. I can delete down to here and delete that. Let's delete that, and let's go to the end. I don't know how to go to the end yet. I can do that, okay. This is one of the nice reasons, Uncle Scientist, to have Helix here is the inline types. Is super nice to have. I got really used to them, having them in VS Code, and now I just love them. One of those days when you want to exile yourself from society and go live in the woods as a hunter-gatherer. Live a simple life. We used to joke when I was a sysadmin that, oh yeah, we're gonna go become a sheep farmer. Or a cheese maker, like something like that. Anyways, your professor was showing the basics of binary counting today, and someone asked if that's what we're trying to solve with quantum computers. I miss being a beginner and clueless about everything. Um, yeah, quantum computing is such a fascinating field. Like, I, 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 I've met quantum scientists, and it's on a whole nother level. It's insane. But it's so cool. It's really cool at the same exact time. It's kind of scary, but not necessarily from the what it can do. Although that's like that I don't know if we can like really predict everything that it's gonna unlock. But it's scary from the amount of stuff needed to make it work. It's pretty intense. You know some of the basics about it, but nothing applicable. So when I was working, let's see. So in my building, there was a partnership with Google, I want to say, and Google had purchased slash appropriated slash like somehow got their hands on a hybrid quantum computer, but didn't have the actual like ability to host it, and so that was like the partnership with us, and so they put it in our building in the basement, which was literally one room down from where we were at the time, where my office was at the time. And it required Like they had, all right, they're bringing in liquid nitrogen, liquid helium, liquid oxygen, and we're like, if there's a leak, there are no detectors for those. We'll just die. That's horrible. It was horrible to think because we were technically low and we were really close to it. So we'd be the first ones to discover that there was a leak by, sitting in melting liquid everything. Um, but they told us that if there's any vibrations, the entire system needs to be recalibrated after it's cooled down again, and that can take 30 days. 30 days, essentially, for a boot up sequence. That I'm sure is better now because it's been years, but that just to me, that was insane. Is that only for NeoVim? No, no. So this is Helix. I can't get this in NeoVim. It's actually one of the things that they explicitly don't allow right now. They have said they're not interested in implementing it, but maybe after Helix does it for a while, that might change their mind. That'd be nice. I'm sure that's how people reacted to computers back in the 50s. Yeah. I got a photo of it. At one point in time, they had it out. They had like the CPU or whatever you can call a CPU of the quantum computer out, and I took a photo of it with my phone. And they told me that I can't share it on social media. So it's just for me. I can apparently if I need to go find it again because I've lost track of like it was such an old phone now. I don't even remember if I have that phone anymore, if I saved it off somewhere. I'll need to go to find it. I can show people in person, but I can't like show it on any social medias. But okay. So, we have this. I'm trying to extract this out here. Now, let's create we probably want to create a validate function for this. Now, these are, I can do this as like option strings, like as strings here, but maybe what I want to do. Okay, so I can go visual mode and end. Let's go back to here and I'll delete you. Okay, so these are all JS values. Let me create a validate function down here. So let's validate create course form, or maybe just validate create force. We'll take in what was it, title, that's a JS value, short description, JS value, long description. Can't autocomplete the name of the variable. You remember back when we had wall-mounted phones with that long spiraling cord, and you couldn't be on the phone while somebody was using the internet. There were those of us who, if like privilege at that time included uh, having the funds to buy two phone lines, so that way you could be on the phone and on the internet at the same time. But oh, that was interesting. My screen just flickered. Didn't affect the stream at all though. But yeah, that was something. Because like my dad worked out of the home, so we ended up getting two phone lines. That was nice. Still didn't like it when I was on the internet for too long though. Crater Boy, hello. Can you see what it looks like? Which thing? Do you mean in You're actually watching this stream on a wall-mounted phone running on dial-up? Wait, really? That should be possible because I think I'm sending out at a fairly low rate, but it would be pretty pixelated. No? Okay, fine. Fine. April Fools, I'm extremely gullible for that kind of thing. Because I know that people do have I'm too old for jokes. Take it easy on me. Yeah, exactly. No, it's I've met people that have done that kind of thing before, so I'm like, wait, I guess you can do it because I have my bit rate low enough. It would look horrible, but it would be possible. Let's see. Function, validated, title, short description, long description. Oh, I have them right here. It's title, tag. Tag ID is also a JS value. Oh, don't worry about it. Credo beat. I'm it. Me being extremely gullible does not mean that you can't take advantage of that. It's laughs all around, right? We can all laugh at it. I used to do teaching in the classroom, and that was that sort of like thing where I would like just take things seriously because I can't tell if it's a joke or not. That leads to some really hilarious interactions with students. Bulfer said you're considering trying out Helix. Yeah. So far, well, you can sort of take a look at how it's going. It's nice so far. I have done a little bit of configuration for it. I should upload those. Um, I should get that on GitHub sometime, and then you can see what I've done. It's about a page of configuration, maybe a little bit less. Actually, I could show you here. Helix. If I go. Here's the configuration that I have. You mostly want the inline types, and that's exactly what I'm going for too. And this is it. Editor.lsp, display inline hints, true. I've also done things like I'm highlighting the cursor line. I set the color the mode to down there, the insert. I can change the color of that. Don't remember off the top of my head what completion replace does anymore. Oh, insert bar, so it goes into a bar mode. I just like that a little bit more. Also like it being more obvious what's going on. File picker, I forget. Oh, I was trying to get like a file picker thing, and I think that's I don't think that's in there yet. I don't remember. I don't remember what some of these do already. It's been only a week, maybe only a few days. Bar mode. So see the cursor, how it's a square? Let's say I want to insert on the T. It's fairly easy at the beginning. Is like, is that going to go after the T or before the T? But when I go insert mode, it puts it as a bar between the R and the T. So that's what the bar mode is. Also, I use that as a way to tell, am I in insert mode or I'm in uh, just normal mode? Because if you're in insert mode and you're starting like, okay, I want to, then it's like bad things happening. Synax, Synax, hello. That CK with the normal synapse is getting me. Good morning. Sorry for butchering your username. Zella, did you keep meaning to try that out instead of Tmux? Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. I think the thing that hit me the most was if you're in tab mode and you press S. Nope, that's G. If you're in tab mode and you press S, it puts into sync mode. And in sync mode, whatever characters you put in here go into all the terminal windows, which is That's the thing. Something to be aware of. Oh, you try to make okay, so that's what it is. A TCP handshake joke. Well, did it horribly fire, or do you now need to just resend it again? Because the problem was when it got to the destination, I tried to send you an ACK. There was a collision in my mouth as I tried to pronounce it. So sorry. Um, Walder Borba Jr. Hello. Helix Zellage. Yeah, we're doing all the new stuff now, and we're with you and Rust too. So like everything. Noise from the collision. I know because we're using silly Ethernet. You know, if we just stayed on token ring, we'd never have to worry about that. How many of you actually know what token ring is? I'm showing my age too. Let's see. So we have a tag. Okay, so title. Oh, title is next. Some IBM thing. Oh, oh, Synac. You're old enough to use token ring. Yeah, my first job as an intern was implementing, um, plugging things in and like adding things to a token ring network. That was fun to sort of learn what that was. Isn't token ring this daisy chained network thing? Yes. Think of it like so the I like the really quick, like very low level idea of it was you have a ring that's in order for all the devices on the network. And so there's a token that just basically just gets sent around. And so each person grabs the token, then sends it on the network, and it goes to the next one that grabs the token. And if you need the token, as in you want to send something out, you sort of hold the token, you then are able to like send it out to everybody else. And then when you don't need it, you just release it. And then that way there's only one thing sending stuff out on network at a time, which means there's never any collisions. And turns out that that's a lot slower than just allowing everybody to just send stuff out whenever they feel like it and just resending if there's a collision. Yeah, exactly. It's like passing the speaking spoon. Turns out that that's really slow. It's super interesting tech. It like literally cannot have a collision, and so therefore you can program all around that. It's just kind of funny how like we thought, like people who made token ring thought that collisions were going to be this huge problem that you have to work around. And yes, you have to work around them, but they don't happen nearly as often as you think that they should happen. Oh yeah, I don't remember that. I wasn't in on that enough, but I remember you have to create all sorts of crazy bridges for that to work with like multiple networks because you only have so many devices on the network. That was the big limitation is you're limited by the number of devices on a subnet before you have to bridge to another subnet. And if you have like hundreds of computers, you're going to end up with like multiple token ring sort of subnets because you have to, not because you want to. And with Ethernet, it's like whatever, just throw them all on there. They're fine. Let's see. So I missed something. Do I have a good book on design patterns? I do not, but I've been told by some people who have read them that Head First Design Patterns is a good book. I guess I should ask I should ask why? Why do you want to read about design patterns? Because the answer there might actually change the book slightly. For the most part, I would recommend Head First Design Patterns, even if I haven't read it, because some people I trust a lot have read it and I like it a lot. Synac, there's laptops of the day had like garbage batteries anyways, so like nothing was good. Just booting them was terrible for them. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. All right, so let's. How do I want to do this? I want to return. Oh, you know what? I should probably just do a result. How do I want to do this? I could do a validate create course. Okay, validate create course. It takes in title. It takes in all this stuff, and then it returns true or false and an error message maybe. I mean that could work. I could do that. So this will be a boolean, and then the other side, we need to go to errors. So yeah, here's in Helix. Here is like a little bit odd. I select both of them, and then I can do Y, and then P to paste in the new one. Okay, so this is gonna be. I want missing missing that. Or cannot create course. Okay, how about this? Cannot create course. Missing. Okay, so then this is missing create course data. Okay, so then this will be an LMS error. So then now we can just check to see if it's the thing. So I don't really care as long as, well, okay, I do care. I care that it's a thing and it has data in it that is not empty. It's funny because token rings need to pass through every node in a ring. The more nodes you have on, the higher the ping between the two hosts, even if they're right next to each other. Exactly. It's like it's basically a linked list, one direction linked list, in real life. Like honestly, having worked with that technology helped me understand linked lists really well because I had like a physical thing that I can compare it to. A lot of things in computer programming, one of the reasons why it's so hard to learn is because it's really hard to like compare it with something physical. It's like you have a pile of stuff. It's like it's on the heap. Well, can I see it? No. And there's like it's just a pile. You can create like metaphors, but like it wasn't really like a machine or anything that you can like go and look at it. Because it's not really a pile. It's still in like linear memory. It's like it sucks. The largest thing that blows my mind about all that though is that Ethernet does work. The fact that it works so well. I remember the time when people were saying, "Yeah, wireless can't possibly work." There's so many things that just blow up the wireless signals, and then again, it just works. It's the same exact thing. It doesn't matter if they get blown up. It's still faster to just resend it, even if they resend it so many times. TCP is a thing. Okay, so let's take this title. I want to if it's okay. I don't care about. Well, no, I do care about that. So we want to match. So I wonder if I want to do this like have an error message and have that be like a string almost that I'm going to append to. So let's do let mute error message. I don't know if that's a good idea for me to like. It's probably not a good idea for me to like just create an empty string. Although I think an empty string will take up no memory if I don't use it. So I think that's okay. Also, this happens only when you click on the button, so I don't really care about like it's not going to take up that much. All right, so we're going to match the title dot as string. So I need to extract the string out. And so we're going to have a sum with the title in it. And I want to verify if the title is empty. If the title is empty, oh, you know what I can do instead of a string? Let's do error messages. Let's do a vec new. If the title is empty, then I want to push into error messages the error message. And this error message is title cannot be empty. Otherwise, we don't push anything in there. Okay, so that's that. And then we have, if you're a none, we're going to do an error messages push title title must be a string. Even though that should never happen. Like we should like things coming from input values are always strings. The thing that I'm thinking about now is that should I just return the values? I think that I probably should. I should probably create a struct here, and then return that struct instead of just a bool. So that way we have access to it. And I don't want to use something like a tuple or anything else like that. Let's make a this will be a struct create course data. So I have a pub title, which is going to be a string, a pub short description, string, a pub long description, which is a string, and a pub tag ID, which is an I64. Okay. So then now for all of these, I could probably derive default. Let's also let course data equals create course data default. We'll make that mutable. Okay, so if title is not empty, this becomes the else. Then I'm gonna say okay, then we're gonna say course data. Course data. I have to remember I have to go down arrow, then I can use return on it. Dot title equal to title. Like that. I'm still doing that every once in a while where I hit like spacebar and then I want to do S for save. And all I'm doing is opening a symbol picker like that, which is not what I look. I want to just do that. Okay. Then down here, we're going to return an okay with the course data. But then actually, you know what? We're not going to do that. Nope, I tried to do XX. It's DD. I want to do if error messages is empty. Is empty. Okay, so if you're empty, then I want to return an okay with the course data. If you're not, then I want to return an error with the I guess like the message. Error messages. Can I join you? I want to join you with maybe comma. And then we'll return an error. This will be an error course not found. Missing course data. Oh, I completely forgot to put in this. So that's going to be the message and then return that. So you're going to be unhappy about that, aren't you? So you need to be a string. Okay. That should make you happy then. What are you upset about? Of course. Oh, right. Then I have to update this result to create course data. And now you're happy. Okay. What are you upset about now? Match arm body without braces. The statement is not surrounded by a body. Does it need to be? Oh, because I have a semicolon on it. There we go. Okay. Now what about you? Title is bound more than once in this parameter list. Oh, yeah. Would you look at that? Okay. All right. So we have the first part of this here done. All right. So we've tested title cannot be empty, and the title must be a string. And so we've done that. And then we're returning all of these together. And so, okay, then we just have to do this to the rest of them. So let's match short description as a string. So we'll have a sum, short description. Okay, if short description is empty, so same general idea here. I'm gonna keep these as separated, even though they're so separate, like so similar as like what they're doing, because, well, should I do that? I could download and use a like a validator library, but I don't really want to. And this is gonna allow me to keep the rules, like the business logic, so I could change it. Like, hey, if I want to change title later, I don't have to like worry about screwing up short description or something else like that. Seems like that whole match statement. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. I can extract that out into a. Okay, so it must be a string and required. Let's try that. Let's another helper function here. This would be a function require string. So this will take in a value, which is an option string inside, and we will return a LMS error. Oh, should we return an LMS error? Ooh. I kind of want to. Oh, wait. Okay. So if it's that entire thing, it's the value, and then I also pass in the error messages. Okay, how about this? The error messages is going to be a mutable reference to a vector of, and these are just static stirs. So what is that? That's static stir. I don't return anything then. Let's come up here to this match this title. So if I match all of this, let's delete you and throw you in here. Okay, so then we change you to value. I don't need this to be the as string. We just match the value. Sum, let's change this to be, we don't care what this is. So it could be an S for string. If the title is empty, okay, so if S is empty, that's the only thing is title cannot be empty. So I need to know what this is. So that what, like name? Name is going to be a static string probably. So static string. I guess that doesn't have to be a static string. We could just do stir like that. Okay, so we push. But now I can't push this to be static string. Now these are gonna have to be strings. because this is now going to be a format. Uh, okay, so we have format. Instead of title like here, we're going to change you to be like that. This will be the name. Cannot be empty. Otherwise, I want to return the string. That's what I wanted to return. Well, shoot. I can't always return the string, can I? I could do the other pattern, like the file pattern, where I also pass in the course data. This would be a mutable reference to, oh wait, wrong side. Course data is a mutable reference to course data. Create course data. So then this is course data. Oh, but how do I get into the name? I don't know what the name is. I can't do something like that. That's like JavaScript type stuff. I can't do that, unfortunately. So, okay. So instead of, let's undo this. Oh, redo that. You're going to have to return an option with a string inside. So here, now if I select that, that selects all, and I don't really want, oh wait, there's a way that I can do that. In Helix, I want to select there's a command. Oh, this is different than the documentation I was looking at before. I don't think that's the right Helix documentation. Helix editor documentation. Well, that's why they're an editor, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, for all the keyboard bindings, there's selection manipulation. Trim white space from the selection. Okay, so underscore, I think. So if I have that, underscore, and then I can do change. There we go. And I want to return this as a none. I want to return as a none out of here. If empty, I also return as a none. Okay, that exits out of here. That does this. None. So now you're a multi-line. And return none out of here. Okay, so Oh, wait. Okay, so if you're empty, you're that way. This way, I want you to be actually a sum with the S inside. It's gonna be like I'm never returning anything. That would not be great. Okay. Push. Now error messages. You must now be a string because yeah. Okay. Format. Name must be a string. Like that. Okay. You're happy. Okay, so this is now require string. So then we do if let sum is gonna be title equals require string. I kind of like this a little bit more than what like VS Code or we get from NeoVim. Okay, so require string. The value is the actual thing. So that's gonna be the title dot as string. Um, the error messages. So mutable reference to the error messages. And then the name is going to be title. So if let's title is that, then I can do course data dot title equal to title, and that's it. So I replaced. I mean, it's not really replaced, but I the logic area is now this size, and then I can reuse this over and over again. Okay, so next up is short description. Oh, also, what are you upset about? Type annotations needed. I've always found it kind of funny because like Rust Analyzer has figured this out. It knows that this is a string, but it also doesn't know what it is. It's like I guess like the Rust Analyzer figured it out, but the compiler isn't trustworthy of it. I think that's what it is. Okay, so here you need to be a vec with a string. Okay. All right, so now we just repeat this pattern for all of them. So we have title. Next up is short description. So I could probably do something like that. Okay, here's my next trick here. We're gonna select all this. I'm gonna go into selection mode. I want to find title, hit return, and I want to change that to be short description and save. That's a really cool thing we can do with Helix. Okay, so did that. Is that short description done? Next up is long description. And then it's tag ID. Okay, so then we have long descript. Oh, but okay, hold on. Nope, this is gonna be different. So the tag ID. Now, if I'm doing this down here, even if it's only one function, let's do it as a separate function here. So this is gonna be require I64. So we're gonna have the value, which is an option string. Because unfortunately, I can't go into an option I64. I can go into option float, but I don't know if I want to turn into a float. So let's turn to it. I think it's going to be a string anyways, as it's coming out because, input for input field. We can verify that. MDN input type number. I believe that it's still a type string when it comes into JavaScript. Wait. Yeah, tag ID. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. It's because it's the value. Okay. It's the value of the thing, which is always going to be. Yeah. If we take a look at this in here, so if I go log in, create course, here's the tag. I want to choose you, for example. If we inspect this tag here, all the values are strings. Even though they're numbers, they have to be strings because the value has to be a string. So it's going to be a string coming in. It's not a number. It's not like a number input type. It's actually an option, a value. Okay. So we have the value. But the I64, we're going to turn into an I64 as part of this. We have the error messages. Oh, that's nice. And we have the name. Can you figure that out? Not really. Okay, let's match the value. So we have a sum. That's going to be a string. All right, so first of all, we know that you're a string. You cannot be empty. So if s is empty, that's going to be pretty much the exact same thing. So we have error messages, push, going to format. Name cannot be empty. It should never, well, this one actually can be empty, can't it? Okay, and then we're going to turn a none. Otherwise, we're okay. We're not okay yet. Because at this point, I now want to convert this into... I want to convert this into a... oh, geez. This may be easier if I just do like a let the string value try into... Oh, I could try into. Oh, I don't use try into very much. Let's try it. So can I do a... Can I do an into on a string and that turns into the thing? We'll find out, right? It'll yell at us. So if I do s dot try into, that turns into a result, and then I want to converts it to an option. Like that. Okay. All right, so we're still good. And then here, if you're a none, I want to do this same exact thing here. So let's just do that. So the name must be a I guess it must be a string. This should never fail. It should never fail. Yeah, like many things. Should never fail and actually doesn't fail are maybe not the same things. Okay, so this is going to be require a64. So we have the if let sum. All right, so let's do this now. If let sum, we're going to have the tag ID. Tag ID is equal to require I64. All right, so we have the values. That's going to be the tag ID. Error messages. This is tag ID. If you exist, we're going to do course data. Tag ID is equal to. Why do you think you're a string? Did I accidentally said that it's going to be return a string? I did. How silly am I? That seems to be an I64. Uh-oh. It doesn't like that. The trait bound I64 from string is not satisfied. Okay, so I can't do it. Oh, okay. You had to use parse. Okay, so I can parse and then okay. Okay, so instead of try into, we change that to parse. Okay, I like it. All right, so then what are you upset about? Mismatch types, expected enum, centered option found, oh, JS value. So I have to do as string. Okay, so then we have that. What was the other thing that's happening in here? I think that's it. If error messages, then create that. We return an error message error there. Okay, so that's all part of 3 functions to validate. So validate create course, that's going to happen up here. So then, okay, so I want if let okay, we have course data equals validate create course. Whoa, 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 you're not going to tell me what this is? Oh, come on. It was doing so well. Okay, so I want title, short description, long description, tag ID. Title, short description. I don't like this. It's feeling like it's weirding out. Okay. So if let if let do I want to do if let okay with this? No, I probably want to match this. Okay. I want to match this. We'll have an okay with the course data and this inside of it. If there's an error, we'll have the error message. And we'll do something inside of that. Okay. That helps there. Okay, so given this course data, if maybe we could do the error first. That's more fun, right? For the error, I want to set the alert. Now I'm inside of here. I have the alert dispatch, but I'm cloning it there and then moving it inside of here. So I really need to block you. I would really like to know if it's possible for me to why are you so upset at that? Because I'm doing this in the wrong one. That's why. I want to do it in here. Um Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm not moving this in here at all. Okay, okay, okay. You're the last one, right? Yes. Okay, so then I could just move that in here. So we'll move. There's no other blocks or weird things going on, so I can just just start using it. Okay, so where's my match? Right here. We're gonna do an alert. Alert dispatch. Reduce mute. I have the alert state. New error, and then the message is going to be a reference to the error dot toString. And that's it. Okay. I don't want to move away. I just don't want to continue submitting it. So then that should actually be fine there. Okay. So you're upset. Why are you upset? The trait bound implicit clone iString from Oh, it could just be a string. Okay, got it. Okay, so then if everything is okay here, then I have this course data. I now want to make the API call. Making the API call will be interesting because this needs to happen in an async block. So we need to do a wasm bindgen futures. I mean, I think I want to do that here, right? As opposed to like use a, yeah, spawn local. Do I want to do this or do I want to use like do a use async? I think doing so. If I use a use async, it allows me to move some of this logic outside of the on submit. But I have to pass it in. I have to remember exactly how to use it. But here, if it's spawn local, it's just an async move block like that. And then we make the call, which I don't know if you can hear that. That's my alarm going off, which means time for me to finish it up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get done today, so I may not necessarily try too much. I've been getting messages from my team too, so I think I have to end it now. Today's Tuesday, which means next time I'll be streaming is Thursday morning. So I may or may not finish this up off stream. If I do, obviously I'll show it off here. And if I don't, then we'll just continue on Thursday. The other thing is I've been using Alacrity for the stream, and so far it seems to be working just fine. There's not been really much that I had like interesting going on here. So if let's open up, let's go here. Let's go down. No, pane, down. This is the only config that I've set for Alacrity. So I have the font set to the Fear Code Nerd Font Mono, which is the same one we had for iTerm. And I just set that, okay, just use regular style for normal, bold for bold, italic for italic, and then live config reload true, which allows me to then make changes to it, and it will just actually change. I don't have to completely reboot the entire terminal, which I did find that's what you need to do. Is I can't like create new tabs and a reset. I have to like reboot the entire terminal, unless this is in here. And so far, it seems to be working just fine. So I think we'll stay with Alacrity and keep on working with it and playing around with it, which means we're on the Trinity for new technologies. We've got Zellige, we've got Helix, and we've got Alacrity. So that's all in fun, and everything seems to be working just fine. It's all nice and speedy too. So I'm happy with it so far. All right. Let's see. Kuviman is still streaming the Bevy Jam on day 3 now. Apparently working on side effects. It's very much Rust though, working with Bevy, a game engine in Rust. Let's go ahead and set up a raid to them again. I don't know how long that jam is going. We raided yesterday. Let's do it again today. I won't be able to hang out with you too much. I've got to head off to work and go deal with all that stuff. I'm a manager at my day job, so lots of meetings basically is all that's my life all day. So anyways, as I mentioned, I'll be back on Thursday morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue working on the project. And that's all I've got. So, with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Observer, thank you for the raid. Hello again. You do like the challenge? Yeah, that's why it's fun. I did a lot of competitive programming back in the days using C++.